Trump is expected to make a speech next week in Arizona that many analysts say could be on the topic of immigration. Trump's effort to further define, and many say to soften, his stance on immigration is seen as an effort to attract voters in states like Utah. Political specialist Lad Egan continues our Decision 2016 coverage live from the newsroom. Lad, Trump's hardline stance on immigration has not been popular here.
Yeah, that's right. And it's one of the reasons Republican voters gave him a distant third-place finish in Utah's March caucus. If what we are seeing now is a rebooting of the Trump campaign to appeal to a general election audience and also Utah voters, the tactic could also turn away those who supported Trump from the beginning.
For the Republican primaries, that was really sort of his signature issue. That was the thing that set him apart and that gave him a lot of attention to begin with. And so the problem, I think, is there is some risk always in kind of alienating your supporters.
But the bigger risk for Trump could be looking like he's completely changing his position. With Trump down in national polls and missing some of the Republican vote, his newly formed top campaign staff should be looking at if the tough rhetoric on immigration and the so-called Muslim ban are turning away voters. That's the message from NBC's Meet the Press moderator Chuck Todd, who says Trump's new campaign manager is very aware of the billionaire candidate's Utah problems.
If he softens up, they think it can help in a place like Utah. It can help in the suburbs of Philadelphia. It can help with many of these college-educated white voters who were Romney voters 4 years ago, but right now are either undecided Clinton or even Gary Johnson.
Both major party candidates are not popular in Utah. Hillary Clinton, you'll remember, barely captured 20% of the Beehive State's Democrats in March. That also has analysts paying attention to Clinton's more aggressive attacks on Trump as an effort to paint him as the less desirable candidate, as opposed to propping herself up in the eyes of undecided voters. I also asked around today if Utah is still be considered a swing state. The answer I'm getting is no, as it appears more Republicans here are falling in line with Trump. But the national fixation remains on reliably red Utah rejecting a Republican, at least initially. Dee, the other story we're tracking is whether Utah native Evan McMullin gets any big-name donors or supporters in his bid for the White House. He is here campaigning in Utah and also in Wyoming this weekend.
Definitely will have an uphill battle on his end, but Lad, nice overhaul of the Olympic discussion this weekend. Thank you.
Mike?